Toyota production strategy. The first one is lean manufacturing system. The Toyota production system has long been recognized as a way to eliminate waste and achieve high efficiency. However, its essence is to make work easier and less burdensome for workers with a focus on creating meaningful work. At the heart of TPS are the concept of Jidoka and just-in-time. By applying this concept, Toyota are able to produce product efficiently and at the pace of customer demand. It means that every vehicle meets high quality standards and Toyota customers' individual requirements. Next is just-in-time. Just-in-time means making only what is needed, when it is needed, and in the quantity needed at every stage of production. That means Toyota strives for consistent quality and even production flow and streamlined parts handling. It requires the production line to be stocked with all the right parts. As parts are used, new stock is delivered at the right time and in the right quantity, avoiding interruption or slowdown in the production process. The Kanban system is central to the just-in-time process. It provides an automatic real-time method to replenish parts at the line side and keep minimal stock. The last one is TPS in the office. TPS is also applied to Toyota office work. Here, Jidoka is fully embraced to clarify and ensure that each task meets the needs of Toyota internal customers. It means that less time is spent on rework or other non-value added activities. Within the office, Toyota are finding smart way of ensuring quality is built into Toyota process by applying intelligent automation to Toyota streamline workflows. In addition, the concept of just-in-time is exhibited by Toyota continuous pursuit to reduce the lead time of Toyota tasks. Being quicker to respond to changes in the market allow us to further optimize Toyota resources. Disadvantages of using these production strategies. If TPS and lean manufacturing implemented in routine industrial operation perfectly, it can cause improved employee attitude and value addition. There are no such disadvantages of TPS and lean manufacturing in any industrial if accepted and implemented. Only the resistance come when in the initiates inside organization due to non-acceptance of philosophy and attitude issue. However, we can find some minor disadvantages of TPS and lean manufacturing. The first one is high cost of training. TPS and lean manufacturing is a proven methodology and management philosophy. In order to implement this management philosophy in an organization, it is needed to have at least basic training of TPS and lean manufacturing tool and techniques to all stakeholders of an organization. Hence, leader of an organization deploy training program for TPS and lean manufacturing within various departments. An organization, hence, needs to pay some more for training and certification for stakeholders, but as per as the ROI of training cost is concerned. It surely not only returns initial cost of training but also result in better financial result in future. Next is high cost of implementation. Sometimes in order to implement TPS and lean manufacturing tools with organization of factory workplace, Toyota have to set up new infrastructure or modify previous ones. So we have to pay cost of implementation in an organization. But if Toyota thought for implementation of TPS and lean manufacturing in a planning phase, Toyota don't need to make more attention on increasing costs. Next is time consuming for very small scale industry. Small scale companies do not highly deal with complex business operation and manufacturing process. Such process can be managed easily with general method and computation. Non-value added activities can also be reduced using general training and practice. In small-scale industries, sometimes lean implementation becomes lengthy and time-consuming. Non-acceptance by employees or stakeholders, sometimes due to improper leadership, lack of knowledge, and hidden benefit of TPS and lean manufacturing, employees and stakeholders reject or oppose implementation plan of TPS within an organization. It is better to project leader to present benchmark companies in similar industry adopt TPS for better result in all areas to all stakeholders. Sometimes, old employees tend to keep old and outdated method of operations and oppose to adopt the new. 3. Production metrics applied by Toyota. The first one is safety. Toyota has revealed some of the smart new technologies and systems it will be featuring in future models to make driving safer. True to the company's integrated safety management concept, these have been designed from the start to work together to help cut the number of road accidents, vehicle infrastructure, and vehicle communication. When you pull up to a blind junction, sometimes even the best onboard cameras and sensors can give you clear warning of the potential hazard. Toyota has worked to eliminate the risk with new vehicle-to infrastructure and vehicle-to-vehicle communication, using the wireless frequency reserved for ITS, which is Integrated Traffic System Service. For example, when you arrive at the junction with no clear view sensor above, that road will detect oncoming traffic or pedestrian crossing the road and send the information to your car. Next is quality. Here I put the quality flow by Toyota. The first process is production planning and development. Both process will create outline of the Toyota product. After the end of this process, quality flow by Toyota will continue with production and preparation. After the product complete and ready to use, purchasing, inspection and logistics will take cover to send it to customer. The last one is total cost. Performance summary. Toyota Motors latest 12-month total operating expenses is 200.7 billion. Toyota Motors total operating expenses for fiscal year ending March 2018 to 2022 average 243.8 billion. Toyota Motors operate at median total operating expenses of 250.6 billion from fiscal year ending March 2018 to 2022. Looking back at the last 5 years, Toyota Motors total operating expenses peaked in March 2020 at 255.5 billion. Toyota Motors total operating expenses hit its 5 years low in March 2021 of 225.9 billion. 3 examples on production activities that can be outsourced to logistics service provider. The first one is transportation based. First, reduction of delivery labor costs. Here is a reflection on the direct and indirect costs, which is the hiring of specialized labor in and activities that is not the objective of the industry, the truck driver. In addition to the cost of selecting and hiring the professional, we have the salary benefits vacation. During this period, the cost of replacing the professional of hiring a third party, labor liabilities, overtime, and the investment in keeping the vehicle and the professional inside, legislation, and all the updates that happen frequently. Next is workforce training. No matter how good the driver is, continued training is extremely important for this professional who is the company's business card, who daily visit its customers, delivering their product. There is no school or vocational cost to train a truck driver, and for this professional to develop, it is necessary for the contractor to provide ongoing training and qualification. The last one is fleet maintenance. From scheduling stock for washing equipment, proper cleaning, control of supplies, maintenance of mechanical, electrical, reading the tachograph disc, control of the working day routine of the vehicle, and control of deliveries demand the work of a third person so that transport management is efficient and optimized. The cost of this service is not always accounted for the calculating the cost of the fleet itself. We must remember that taking care of documentation, fine management, fleet insurance, life insurance, and cargo insurance, managing all the risks is not an easy task. Next is warehouse space. Only pay for what you need. When you hire warehouse space, you only paying for the space that you see. Unless your business will fill a warehouse on a consistent basis, outsourcing your warehousing is obviously going to be far more cost-effective option than building or renting, running and staffing your own. Next is space-saving convenience. If you are currently storing stock or item needed for your business on your business premise or even in your home, you likely to find this inconvenient and not the most cost-efficient use of space. It's also unlikely to be as secure as a warehouse facility and can even have implications for your insurance policy. Renting the warehouse space that you need is a convenient alternative. The last one is easy scalability. Growing your business is no problem when you outsource warehousing. Simply increase your hire space to fulfill your new requirement. Conversely, if you go through a quiet spell and need to reduce your stock inventory, it should be easy to adjust your agreement with your warehouser. Outsourcing your warehousing should be the most flexible storage solution, whether scaling up or scaling back. Next is information based. Keep resources focused. Outsourcing IT gives you another advantage, one that's often just as important as the possibility of saving money. When you don't have to use resources on keeping up with in-house IT, you are free to use those resources elsewhere. Smaller companies with in-house IT often end up in situations where more tech-savvy staff members end up spending parts of their workday on IT matters instead of performing their core role. Outsourcing IT ensures that all staff are focused on their core role and doing the job they were hired for. Improve productivity. One indirect and often overlooked benefit is that a small in-house IT team just can't achieve what a dedicated IT company can. In terms of providing value-added services, outsourcing often means the ability to access additional services that make the company more productive. For instance, outsourcing IT means the potential to access tools and services that help employees work remotely or that make sensitive company data more secure. You should always make sure that the companies you choose to work with a good fit for your business and how you want to operate. The likelihood is you're going to be outsource your IT to this organization for at least a year, and because of that, you will want to make sure you're happy with how they operate. We would recommend asking the contenders about the process they have in place to manage their relationship with you. Find out about things like how you request service, how an engineer is assigned, and how they communicate the status of a job with you. Ask if they have a service management software package in place. two supply chain strategies that were implemented in Toyota. The production system philosophy of Toyota embodies a manufacturing culture of continuous improvement based on setting standards aimed at eliminating waste through participation of all employees. The goal of the system is to reduce the timeline for the time an order is received until the time it is delivered to the actual customer. Ideally, the system strives to produce the highest possible quality at the lowest possible cost with the shortest lead time possible. There are two primary pillars of the system. The first and most famous pillar of the system is just-in-time. The just-in-time concept aims to produce and deliver the right parts in the right amount at the right time using the minimum necessary resources. This system reduces inventory and strives to prevent both early and overproduction. Producing in a just-in-time fashion exposes problem quickly. With less inventory in a system, the rocks are quickly exposed in production that are disrupting flow. Most companies shy away problems and use inventory to hide this problem and avoid potential destruction. In Toyota, however, the opposite logic is applied. By reducing inventory, you expose the real problem in the production process quickly and focus need for improvement. This notion of surfacing problem and abnormalities is a critical concept in TPS. Of course, unless you can solve the problem that you expose, there is a danger to this approach. There are several important components to TPS: top time, flow production, pull via Kanban, and leveling. Jidoka, built-in quality, is the second pillar of the system. There are two parts to Jidoka. The first one is building in quality at the process, and the second one is enabling separation of man from machine in work environments. Jidoka is a Japanese word that ordinarily means automatic or automation. The radical added to the left on one of the kanji character in Jidoka means human. In other words, TPS aspires for processes that are capable of making intelligent decisions and shutting down automatically at the first sign of an abnormal condition, such as a defect or other problem. The goal is not to run continuously, but in other words, to stop running automatically when trouble arises. This automatic stop function helps stop defects from escaping downstream, prevent injury, limit machine damage, and enable a better look at the current condition whenever there is a problem. Much like the logic of just-in-time, this concept of Jidoka is counterintuitive. In other words, it is better to stop a machine at the first sign of trouble than to keep on producing the problem, which only generate more waste. The second component of Jidoka is separation of man from machine. When machine possess the ability to stop in the event of a problem, then there is no need for human to stand and watch a machines. Jidoka frees people being tied to machine and monitoring them and put people to use in a more value-added fashion. This ability to separate man from machine reflects Toyota's respect for the employee and is an important enabler for standardized work to flourish.